everyone, this is Vanessa Gertman from AlpusCast. Welcome back to the Fireplace series. Today, we're going to let users edit tasks and change their status to complete or incomplete. Let's take a look at the live version of Fireplace so you can see exactly what we're going to be implementing today. So you'll notice now there's a checkbox next to each task, and you can check it to mark the task as complete or uncheck it to mark it as incomplete. You can also double-click on a task and edit the task body. One other feature to note is that if a task is marked as complete, you can't edit it. All right, let's get started with editing tasks. We need to add a new route, and since we're going to be updating a task, the route that makes sense for that is patch. And the method name we'll go with is update. Let's add our new function. And just like with task creation, we want most of this logic to be in a validation guard so we can keep our controller nice and clean. So let's create a new guard. The command we want to run is alpus make guard and then the name of the guard, which is going to be called UpdateTaskGuard. Okay, let's check it out. And actually, as far as validation rules go, it's going to be the same as the rules we had for the create route. We just need the body element to be passed in. So instead of duplicating this logic, let's extend CreateTaskGuard so that way we can reuse that code in UpdateTaskGuard. So in order to do that, I need to make this class open. And as I mentioned, the rules function isn't going to change, but commit needs to be different. So let's make that open as well. Now in UpdateTaskGuard, instead of extending ValidationGuard, we're going to be doing CreateTaskGuard instead. So we don't need this rules function. And we need to override commit. Okay, and as I mentioned, we're just going to start with editing, not the task status. So we need to get our task. And then we're just going to call tasks.update. And we need to return our task. Okay, great. Now let's use our guard in our controller. And we're just going to acknowledge the call just like we did for delete. Great, so that's all of the back-end logic. Let's work on the front end. So let's open up Tasks.vue. And let's start by adding our double-click handler. Let's add the actual method. And we're using two new properties that I'm going to add as well to the data for this view. That way we can keep track of the information we need for the view. Okay, let's actually add the text box that we're going to be filling in the new task body with. And now we need those methods. And one other thing I want to do is make sure that you can't add a new task while you're editing an old one. So I'm going to just hide the form when you're in the middle of editing. Let's run this and see if it works. Okay, let's try double clicking. And the text box shows up, then create new went away. And it looks like it successfully updated the body. So that worked great. Now let's move on to task status updates. Okay, we'll start with the back end again. And just like before, the logic is in the guard. We're going to use the same route and function for updating a status as we are for updating the task body. We're not going to require that you pass a status in every time you call the update function. So that needs to be an optional field. We're not going to have to add it to the rules section. And this time we're not going to say or abort because it's optional. If it was provided, meaning it's not null, then we'll use the value. All right, now for the front end, back in Tasks.vue, I'm going to get rid of my list type, and we're going to add a checkbox and the function to update the status. All right, let's run this now. I'm going to refresh this page. Now we have checkboxes, so I'm going to check that. You'll notice now we've got a strike through. If I try and double click, I can't edit it, and I can also uncheck it. Awesome. That's going to do it for this video today. In the next video, we're going to add some optimizations so we aren't reloading our data when we don't need to. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you in the next video.